Now class 10, today we'll start with the new topic, that is electronegativity. And in this topic it's one of the periodic property, and it's coming in your first chapter. And I have written the definition also for electronegativity, the tendency of an atom to attract the electrons to itself when combined in a compound. Right, this is the definition, but by looking the definition, I think you must be feeling difficult to understand this definition. We'll understand this particular definition in terms of an or with the help of a diagram that will help us to understand this concept. Now you must be knowing the compound NaCl, that is sodium chloride, and this particular example we have seen in class 9th also, and you know the how to make its structure. And we have made the orbital structures for NaCl. Once again we'll recalling it, and what I am doing, I am just making the structure for the sodium atom first of all. And you know that the atomic number of sodium is 11 and for Cl is 17. So we know how to calculate the electronic configuration, 2 comma 8 comma 1, over here 2 comma 8 comma 7. So I was making the structure of atom over here for sodium first, and you know it's 2 comma 8 comma 1. So how we can make it this way? Right, now I have to make the structure for the Cl, and Cl also we can make it. Now Cl I am making over here. Now you know these two particular atoms, they have this is Na, and this is Cl atom. Now Cl requires one electrons to complete this orbit, but over here it has this particular atom sodium has one electron in its outermost orbit. So you know this particular electron will be transferred from sodium to Cl, right? It will be transferred from here to here, and it will acquire an 8 electrons. It means this particular atom of Cl is attracting the electron, that's why it is moving. So the definition says the tendency of an atom to attract the electrons towards itself. Now this is that particular atom which is attracting the electrons of the other atom towards itself, and so that when this particular atom will attract the electron toward itself, it will take the electron, definitely this will happen, and this lead to formation of a compound, you know, and that compound is what? NaCl. So we can also see in a form of this diagram also, this Na, this is Cl, and the electron, there is a bond is being formed, and over here from here to here the electrons is being transferred. So this is the particular atom which is been attracting the electron. So it's mean if it is attracting the electron, it is what? Electronegative atom. And this one is electropositive atom, right? So this way we can understand the concept of this thing, that the tendency of an atom to attract the electron toward itself when they combine together to form a compound. So over here they are combining. Now there is a calculated values is being given for the electronegativities for both the atom. For this is about 0.9, and over here is 3.0. Now you can see from the values that this value is small and this value is more, that's why this particular atom is attracting the electron towards itself. So it's not the way, this is the concept when you are seeing this type of bondings in your, you can see in the formation of electrovalent bond. Now let's see one more case when you are forming the this thing, your covalent bonds. Over here you can see the both the atoms have different electronegativity. Over here this is 0.9, which is less, this is more, but we have seen the cases of covalent. I am making the covalent also so that you can understand this concept. Covalent, let's again take an example of Cl2 where both the atoms are same, and this is of Cl. Now you know how to make the diagram for Cl. We have I have made earlier also, so I am once again making it. So 2 times you have to make, because we have two atoms of Cl, right? So both the times you have to make the electrons. My drawing is not very good, but still I always try to make it. Now you can see I've made both the diagrams, and in both the diagrams you can see the number of electrons or whatever is present in the orbits are same, because both of them are the structure for the atom of Cl. My diagram is one is big and one is small because my drawing is not very good, but you have to understand that everything is same over here. You cannot say that both the atoms are different. So in the previous case we have seen the electro negativity of the particular atom for chlorine was how much. We have seen that is 3.0. This was there, the value was given to us, right? So over here both the atoms are same, so nobody can attract the electrons toward itself in the, like, one will be, both will attract because both are electronegative, but it is not the case that one of the Cl atom will attract the electron toward itself and it will acquire the electrons toward this. If suppose this particular atom is different, then only it can take that particular electron, but over here both the atoms are same, so both have the same type of electronegativity, so both will combine similarly, but they will leads to formation of covalent bonds by means of sharing the electrons, because both have the similar tendency of attracting the electrons. So they will not lead for electrovalent bondings, but they will lead for covalent bondings, right? You are getting my point. Over there both of them were different, it having this particular atom were having the less electronegativity, this was more, so definitely it was attracting the electrons to itself, and he take that electron also, right? But over here both the atoms are same and both have the same electronegativity, so they'll attract the electron with the same extent. That's why they go for, whenever a covalent bond is being formed, you have to make this thing very clear that whenever a covalent bond is being formed, you know, this is an example of covalent bond, so both the atoms, if they are similar, they will have the same electronegativities, right? Because both the atoms are similar, so definitely their electronegativities is same, right? So this is the concept of electronegativity. I think you must understand this concept of electronegativity. Now once again I am focusing on the same part, the definition, the formula, the other part also. Okay, it's a result of tendency of an element to attract the bonds forming electron pair. Now I think this much be clear, both the terms are clear with you with the help of the diagrams I have explained you. Now this particular periodic property also have a factor. Over here also the similar factors are there, atomic size and nuclear charge. Let's go for the first case. Atomic size increases, electronegativity decreases, nuclear charge increases, electronegativity increases. Now we'll see why these things are happening, or what is the reason behind that we are getting these types of result in electronegativities when we are talking about atomic size or when we are talking about nuclear charge. We will take one at a time so that we could understand that why this thing happens. Now I have made the structures for the atoms of oxygen and sodium. Now you can see in case of sodium the atomic size is big, and once it is very big or it's bigger than oxygen atom, you can see the electron negativity over here, it decreases. Why it is there that electronegativity is less in sodium comparison to oxygen? Let's focus on it. You know that when the distance is more, the pull exerted by the nucleus is also decreases, and whenever the electrons want to come inside the outermost orbit, it can come very easily, right? And electronegative atoms have the same tendency that they attracts the electron towards itself and they take up the electrons in their outermost orbit. Fine. So over here the distance is more, this attraction is very less, right? It decreases, and because of this the entering of electron is not very easy, because this nucleus is always try to attract the electrons, whether they are coming in the first orbit, second or third orbit, or the outermost orbit, or the electrons which are coming from the outside also, it has a tendency to attract the electron. It's less, so it will not attract the electron with a greater extent. But this is an example of a metals, and you know metals do not attract the electrons, they just give the electron, but still you have to understand this thing by means of this particular example how it is happening. So over here the electronegativity is very less. Now this come to this part. Over here the atomic size is less, and the pull that has been exerted by the, or attraction pull that has been exerted by the nucleus on the outermost orbit is also large, and the electrons that is coming in the orbit, it will also attract that particular electron with a greater extent. So this is an electronegative atom, and once its atomic size is less, whatever the electron is coming from outside, it can easily come inside because of this its nature, that it is electronegative in nature. And over here, when the atomic size was less, the electronegativity will increase, because you have to see both the factors, whether it is increase or whether it is decrease. That's why I'm giving you both examples. In your books they have always they have explained you in terms of when atomic size increases, but you should know what happens when atomic size decreases, what is the effect of electronegativity. So over here the atomic size will increase and your electronegativity will sorry, atomic size decreases, the electronegativity will, what happen, it will increase. This way you can understand. Now the next factor we have to focus about nuclear charge. Nuclear charge is more, the electronegativity also increases. Like, we'll go back and see that. Now it is the same concept, when the more the positive charge on the nucleus, more will be the force of attraction exerted by the, you can say, your nucleus on the electrons that are present in the outermost orbit. So you can see that they will exert a greater force of attraction on the electrons that are present in the outermost orbit. And the greater the nuclear charge, greater the tendency of accepting the electrons increases. Are you getting my point? Nuclear charge increases, there will be a greater tendency to accept the electrons by the particular atom. And once you know that electronegativity is that only, that it the particular atom attracts the electrons towards itself, it accept the electrons, and they have this type of you can say characteristics, right? So what happened, that nuclear charge increases, electronegativity increases. Once again, just see, then focus on the structure of atom of Cl. You know that this particular atom of Cl has more nuclear charge comparison to other atom whatever is been next to it. And you know that this particular Cl is having have the tendency to accept the electron. You know it. Why? Because over here the nuclear charge will be more, and because of it, what will happen, it will attract the electrons more greatly towards itself, and whatever the electron that is coming from outside will be easily accepted by this particular chlorine atom in their outermost orbit, right? And this way it becomes electronegative in nature, and this way its electronegativity increases. Now I think you have got the point, that when your nuclear charge increases, the electronegativity is also increases. Now let's focus on the trends in electronegativity across a period. On an easy language, we can see how this electronegativity varies in your periods when you move from left to right in a period. You know it, that in periods we move from left to right? So I have written the electronic configurations with the green pen. These are the values of calculated values of electronegativities. You don't need to remember these values, but just try to understand what is happening. Every time you are seeing the value of electronegativity is increasing, but over here in this particular noble gas, which is an argon, it's not getting any value for the electronegativity. We'll see this point also, why it is coming like this and why the values are increasing. So we have to once again focus on the atomic size or the atomic radius or the atomic radii. Any word can be written in your examination. So let's focus on it, and we'll see one by one about the atomic radii. Now just see, this is the period, and you know that atomic size along the period always decreases. So same concept is been there, because their number of shells are same, and because of it their nuclear charge is also increasing. So in both the cases we have discussed that atomic size, what happened, it decreases, right? I'm again taking back to you to atomic size, where we have discussed that the number of shells are same in periods. Because of it you are seeing that your nuclear charge is also increasing, and in both the cases we have got that atomic size decreases when we move across the period, right? Now we have also seen this part about the this thing. Now let's come to our concept, that atomic radius decreases, then electronegativity increases. We have already discussed it in the previous factor. Now I think this must be clear to you that your atomic radius is small, right? It is small, and in all the cases it is same, it seems to be small over here, and every time your nuclear charges was increasing, right? And over here when we talk about the atomic size, it is decreased. Definitely the force that is being exerted by the nucleus on the electrons is more. So what happened, that particular atom, this particular atom over here, if you see this particular atom, it's a halogen, this chlorine, and it is more electronegative comparison to other atoms, right? Over here you see these are metals, right? Then this side's again the same, this thing, non-metals are there, this is also a non-metal. So you know this particular atom, when you reach up to here, the atomic size is very small. So what will happen, it is more electronegative in nature, and it will accept the electrons and in its particular outermost orbit, and this leads to the bond formation, and you are seeing the value that is 3.6. so this way you can explain your electronegativity. Now let's come to the nuclear charge. Every time your atomic number is increasing, the positive charge on the nucleus is increasing. Because of it, the force exerted by the nucleus on the outermost electrons is also increasing, right? So what will happen, the pull or the force that is being exerted by the electrons in the outermost orbit by the nucleus is being increased, and whatever electrons will be enter, it will be accepted by the atom. But who is taking that electrons, who is responsible for attracting the electron? The nuclear charge, right, that is present on the nucleus. So that is high, automatically your electrons will reach to the outermost orbit very easily, and that particular atom will be more electronegative in nature. So over here who have the more nuclear charge? Cl. So the positive charge on the nucleus will be more in Cl, and it will attract the electrons that are coming from outside, even the electrons which are present inside this particular atom, that is will be also with a greater extent. So it will accept the electron very easily over here, right? So that's why it is more electro negative in nature, and this shows about the increase of your electronegativity. Now in both the terms we have seen, whether it is atomic size or whether it is nuclear charge, we have seen every time the electronegativity is increasing. So what we can see, say when we move from left to right, we read the period in this manner. When we move left to right in a period, the this thing, electronegativity increases. Now I think the concept is clear to you all, how it has been increasing, why it has been coming this thing, because you have to focus on these two factors also. I have written certain important points that which comes in the board examination also, that elements, non-metals or non-metallic ones have high electronegativity. Fluorine is most electronegative element, cesium is least among them. Now noble gas, now come back to the again with the values over here. You are seeing that the noble gas, I have put a dash over it. It's not showing any value. Why this is there? Because now we see that why it is dash, because you know the noble gases or the inert gases or the real gases, these gases their octet is always complete, right? They do not share electron, they do not gain electron, they do not give electrons, they do not attract any electron towards itself. That's why we are getting a dash over here for the values for the noble gas. It's not only argon, if you focus on other noble gases also, you'll get the same statement, that their octet is complete, they do not share, they do not attract, they do not gain electrons, they do not give electrons. So this way they have the values, they have no value of electronegativity, right? Now we'll see the trends in electronegativity down in a group, and you know this the group I have written, and all these elements are coming in 17 group or 7th A group. This is we have to read in this manner down way, right? I am making an arrow also, it will help you out how to read in this manner. So first you have to do say about this and this and that. Right, now you know I'm not repeating the elements again and again, because in many of my videos I've already mentioned you. So let's see, I've written the values of electronegativities over here. Right, now what you can see that in electronegativities the values that are decreasing over here, you have got the 4, then 3, then 2.8, 2.5. every time the value is been decreasing. Why this is happening? When we move down a group, the values of electronegativities is decreasing, or you can say the electronegativity is decreasing. Again we have to focus on both the factors, your atomic radius as well as about nuclear charge. I'm reading it, then I'll explain to you that atomic radius or atomic size increases, electronegativity decreases, nuclear charge increases, electronegativity also increases. Now we'll make the diagrams and we'll see these concepts, that how this is happening. Now I have made the structures for two different atoms. One is fluorine, other is chlorine, and you know the electronic configuration, how to make it. Now there is no need to repeat it again. Once again I am telling you that I am making a video, that's why I am using sketch pens to make it more attractive so that you could understand. But when you are writing in your board examination papers, please make it with pencil or pen. So there is no need to carry these color pens and drawing it in your, you start drawing in your classwork copy or in your examination copy. You don't get that much time to make or do use colors and all. So once again I am coming to my topic, that I have made over here the atom for fluorine, even for the chlorine. Now we have to focus on the first point, that is the atomic size, right? Now focus on the atomic size. Over here the atomic size is more for Cl comparison to F, right? So we have already discussed over here, the more the atomic size, more the number of shells are there, the atomic negativity is decreases, and over here it will increase. You know why? Because this particular nucleus, the positive charge present on the nucleus will attract the electrons with a greater extent, and the electrons can easily come inside this atom. This particular atom will more easily accept the electron comparison to this particular atom, right? Because its atomic size is less, so greater will be the attraction on the electrons. So comparison to this part. Now we have to focus. Now we'll see that how what happens when the nuclear charge increases and what is the effect. Now over here I'm saying that I've made these diagrams earlier also, we have discussed, but over here we are not focusing on the formation of your compound formation. We are just seeing about the nuclear charge, that over here the nuclear charge of Cl is more comparison to Na. No matter the number of shells are same, but you know that both of them are coming in the same period, and their, if you compare their atomic size, this is less comparison to this. But we are not focusing on the atomic size, but we are focusing on the nuclear charge concept. Its nuclear charge is more, right? So it will attract the electrons with a greater tendency comparison to sodium, right? So whatever the nuclear pull exerted by this nucleus on the electrons that are present on the outermost orbit will be more, right? So whenever the electron will come from the outside, it is having the greater charge on its nucleus, it will attract the electrons toward itself with a greater extent, right? So in that particular case, your electronegativity will be more for that atom. So over here the electronegativity for Cl will be more comparison to sodium, right? We have seen two things: atomic size increasing, electronegativity decreases. We have discussed in detail. Then nuclear charge increases, electronegativity is also increasing. Now the point arises over here, we have two answers, one is decrease and other is increase. Now once again I am repeating it, we have already discussed this thing in period, it is increasing, so we will not write down increase over here. Why it is coming decrease over here, that we have to focus. So what happened, the atomic radii or atomic size will dominate over nuclear charge. Because of it, your electronegativity, when you move down to a group, it decreases. Once again I am telling you, when atomic radii, in terms of atomic radii you have to look, and atomic radii dominates over nuclear charge. So whatever the answer of atomic radius or atomic size is been there, same answer you have to apply for the group. So when we move down to a group, what happened, the atomic size dominates over nuclear charge, and your electronegativity in a group decreases. This is the answer, this way you have to explain. I am once again telling you, there are different videos, there are different factors apart from atomic radii and nuclear charge, which is there to explain electronegativity. Maybe possible somebody will tell you you can do that, but I am telling you, in your boards we have only these two factors in ICSC. We are talking about ICSC, so in that we have these two factors. Other factors you will not use. You will, whenever you are portraying your answers, you have to focus on these factors only. Now I think this topic is clear to you, and try to do some questions on it also, so that you can understand how it varies in groups and period, what is the definition of electronegativity, what are the different, I have given you in this, that why these thing noble gases are not having any value for electronegativity, which is having the higher electronegative which one is the more electronegative atom, which is the least electronegative atom. So there are certain questions which are there, and I am giving you these notes. Please copy them in your copies or registers.